Hey, everybody. It's A-Train. This is True Crime Undercover. And here is the star of the show, Super E.
What's up, everybody? How's it going, A-Train?
I am doing good. Do we have a special guest on the line?
No, but we got D-Mania here, too.
Yeah, that'll work.
Que pasa?
That'll work, too. What's happening, D-Mania?
Not much, just keeping it real.
And?
Oh, my God.
And manly?
Very manly.
Well, yeah.
Like Super E.
Uh-huh.
Well, at least somebody's manly on this show. So
Hard work, but somebody's got to do it.
that's right.
He's sporting his new lactating bra.
Has it got pads on it in case he leaks?
Very absorbent.
Here, wait a minute. Let's see if it... Wah! Wah! Aren't you supposed to start lactating? Hey, you know what? I think I'm going to cut that out. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. There's a lot of things we're cutting out today.
Oh my God.
We're all like Jeb Bush. We're all low energy.
Wait a
Today
minute.
we're going to talk about when I almost got robbed.
Okay. You almost got robbed. Let's hear it.
All right. I was driving along. I was on the south side, that was full of our hillbilly and redneck compadre. Wait, how do you say it? Compadres.
Compadre, yes.
Yeah. And so I'm down there, and I pick up a sweaty, skanky white girl, of course, with the tattoos, smells like Marlboros, sweating PBR and Mountain Dew through her pores.
You're starting to get me excited. Continue.
I know. Anyways, so she's doing the got her thumb out, act like she's needing a ride. I pick her up, and I'm not saying too much to her. I'm letting her do all the talking. Then finally she goes, "You ain't no police, are you?" And I go, "No." She goes, "You down here looking for anything?" And I said, "Maybe." She goes, "What could you be looking for?" I said, "I don't know." She goes, "Could you possibly be looking for a head job?" I said, "Sure can." She goes, "Well, I don't want to discuss a price until I know that you're not the police." And I go, "Well, how are you going to figure that out?" And she goes, "Well, I only talk prices when I get to my house." I go, "Really?" I go, "That's kind of odd. That sounds like somebody who thinks they're going to try to rob somebody." "Oh, no, I promise I'm not. There's nobody there. I would never think about robbing anybody." I'm like, "Oh, okay. So you don't want to talk about the money until you're in the house?" She goes, "Yes." I go, "No problem." So we pull right up to her house, and I was kind of in a bad mood that day, and I wasn't feeling like putting up with anybody's shit.
Okay.
And so, of course, she pats me down to see if I've got a gun of any type, which, I had hidden I had it hidden, so she couldn't find it.
Right.
But I couldn't carry it in with me because it was summertime, and I just had on what we don't want to call it. What is it? We can't say WB wife beater. Can we not say that still?
Oh, just say it.
Okay, I was wearing just a wife beater and jeans and work boots. No place to hide a gun. So we're walking up to the house. She goes, "Yeah, it's all cool. Nobody's here. And as we're going to the house, I said, "Well, I believe you that nobody's here, but just in case you are thinking about robbing me, if you try to rob me or somebody comes out with a gun or knife, first thing I'm going to do is punch you dead in your fat mouth." And she goes, "Oh, you don't have to worry about that." So I'm thinking to myself, man, I've got a funny feeling about this. This woman is up to something. Mm-hmm. But these are the chances you have to take. I mean, I just can't get on the police radio and go, "Hey guys, I think I'm about getting ready to get robbed here. Can you sneak in?" Mm-hmm. Because I think she would have figured out I was the police at the time. Yeah. So anyways, you just got to make that decision. I think I can handle this. I'm going to go for it. So we walk into the house. It's one of them, what do you call them, shotgun houses, where you walk all the way through. And she was like opening doors. "See that bedroom? Nobody's in there. That bedroom's nobody's in there." She's opened the door. And then we're walking through the kitchen, and I'm thinking, man, I know something's getting ready to happen here. As we walk through the kitchen, I see a gigantic butcher knife. I palmed it. put it behind my back. She didn't see me do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then she barely opened the last bedroom door. And I said, you didn't open that up very far. She goes, oh, there's nobody in there. There's nobody in there. And right then I knew. I took the door. I kind of shoved on it real hard. I heard, and I somebody grunted back there. So I pulled the door back, and I could see a guy hiding in there with a fat gut. Oh, that was Tom the Bomb, the rooster. Anyways.
Well, so there's that, and I hear a little chirping in the background.
Oh, those are the birds. I'm outside because my pet bird, Jimmy, won't shut up either. So I'll go back in the garage. So anyways, so I could see that there's a guy hiding back there. So I walk in, I pull out the big butcher knife. I go, get your dumb ass out here. And he's carrying a knife. Mm-hmm. And his knife is smaller than mine. And I did my Crocodile Dundee moment on him. I go, okay, that's not a knife. This is a knife. Mm-hmm. And so I take him at knife point, and I go, get the fuck out. And I'm like, did you think he was actually going to rob me? So that's what we'd always say in this situation, try to intimidate and bluff him so there was no physical violence, try to act like you're a badass. Right. I was like, did you actually think he was going to fucking rob me? He's like, I'm sorry. Well, I didn't mean to. And so I throw him outside. I run them both outside. And I go, you know what? This could have really been bad. You could have been stabbed to death if I was a psycho. But it gets worse. I'm a policeman, you morons. And she's like, oh, shit. He's like, damn it, Tanya. And then I looked at the fat guy with the little knife. And I said, you know what? You don't look smart enough to hatch a scheme like this. And he goes, well, I do not, officer. I said, she probably planned it, didn't you? Yes, she did.
She sure did.
And I was like, man, I don't feel like doing this paperwork because I didn't think the prosecutors would even file a temp robbery or nothing. I said, man, you take off out of here. I'm going to deal with Tanya. And sure enough, I said, listen, I'm going to give you one chance and one chance only. You think you could help out a unit that with some drug activity, you could help them arrest? And she goes, I sure can. Detective Super, you don't lock me up. I said, I promise not to lock. Oh, so all I did was just write her a summons. And I zoomed her down to the South District narcotics guys. And she went in there, and lo and behold, they called me a month later and they thanked me for her because they said that she helped them lock up a lot of people and get a lot of drugs. So it all worked out in the end.
Nice.
And that was my story of being robbed by these two idiots.
Man,
what?
I was just going to say, you always got to have it in the back of your mind when you're picking up these girls and stuff, and especially when they say, let's go to a certain spot, right?
Yes.
You always got to think in the back of your mind, yeah, they're setting me up. They're going to try and rob me. Yep.
Yeah, they were the Dumb and Dumber version of Bonnie and Clyde.
God.
Yes.
Oh,
and
now there's a dog.
Was that D-Mania's dog or was that A-Train's dog?
No, my dog's dead.
Oh, I'm sorry, A-Train.
Oh, well, that was a showstopper.
Wow.
So,
yeah.
All right. So this stupid broad, she helped the South District lock up some dopers.
Yeah, she said they told me she locked up a lot of dudes, and so they thanked me for it. Hey, we really appreciate it. I was like, no problem.
Nice.
It's the least I could do. But like you said, A-Train, every time we picked somebody up, and every time we had to go in, because we used to do that on a regular basis. You walked into a house, and what did they used to call it? Walking through that door was walking through the fatal funnel.
The fatal funnel.
You never knew what was on the other side.
That's right.
Like the one time some hooker took me into her apartment. We walked in, and she made me buy her a 6-pack of beer and a bunch of bags of potato chips. We walk into her apartment. I see like kids like 10, 8, and 6. She throws them the 6-pack of beer and some potato chips, and she goes, hey, kids, have fun. Mommy's got a friend. Don't bother us. I was like, oh, my God.
Classy.
Yeah, classy.
What'd you think of that story there, D-Mania?
I thought it was very interesting, and I'm glad that Super E did not get hurt.
I know.
Exactly.
We all know he's very fragile.
He is.
Yep.
He's just like a delicate flower.
Yes. I'm not insulated by a bunch of excess weight.
I represent that.
That was that was pretty sly of you to grab that butcher knife as you were going through the kitchen. That's pretty pretty crafty.
Yes, I felt very lucky to have that at my disposal.
Because if you wouldn't have done that, when you went in there and he had, even though it was a small knife, it could still catch you. Yeah.
No, I would have been slapping and kicking at it like it was a wild turkey coming at me.
Oh, yeah, listeners, just the abbreviated story. Super E was attacked by his neighbor's turkey, and he's in therapy right now because it's really affected him.
They're mean.
PTSD.
Yes.
Exactly. Actually, it's called TTSD, turkey syndrome. But anyways.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you better cut that out. That sounds insensitive.
Well, we're going to close this one out, and then we're going to do the next one. And D-Mania, you're going to have the floor, brother. All right?
10-4.
Okay. All right.
I'll try
See
to
y'all.
make sure Jimmy's not cheaping too much.
Before we start the next episode, will you please kill all the birds at your house?
I know they're fucking everywhere. I got roosters, turkeys, starlings.
Okay. All right, everybody. Ernie's going to go slaughter all the fowl, and then we're going to come back with another episode. See ya. Bye.
See you, bye. Okay, I'm going to go into the house, in fact.